Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
We're trying to say that together. Well, it's night number 2 of our new project. This is pre-channel video number 2. And I actually decided to sit my butt down today and do some research. Which I got a bunch of sites I go to for news, because you're not gonna see it on YouTube. At least not the major news houses don't give real news. Just for the record, sir, in case anybody's wondering, these bottles right here, this is our drinking water. We are off the water grid. And it's not by our choice. It's just a geographical circumstance. They had the water came across underneath the bridge, and every year it kept freezing, so they just cut it, capped it, and said, "Don't
Whatever.
drink. Learn not to drink water."
So we got a 2,000 gallon cistern.
Yeah, we have it's a big plastic cistern in the ground, and we pump it out of that into here, and we use a reverse osmosis filter to filter this, and this is for our drinking, coffee, and cooking.
Plus we got the house filter.
Plus we have an
Double
inline filter for sediments, so that our reverse osmosis lasts longer.
Right.
Because those filters are expensive, and the ones in the house you can find them at any hardware store. So anyway, I wanted to explain this. We also don't have any form of internet here other than wireless. There is a line of sight, but it's farm video, and it's not even really fast enough to give email anymore. The size of emails now, so that sucks. I mean, about only with this, which is one of the reasons we went off the property, is because about the only thing they got power here, and I had to modify some of that.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that everything is nice and safe.
Right.
But, I have a degree in electronics from many, many moons ago, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is Ma. I'm Paul. Sis is in the shower, cleaning her dirty little butt. And we decided to make a video.
Yeah.
I'm thinking our schedule is going to be about one video a night. Yeah, because
talk about different things, life.
Yeah,
maybe make some jokes or.
Yeah, and we're trying to come up with new names for the channel, because as soon as I get a name, I'm gonna get an email address to it, and I'm gonna go get our own. YouTube channel specifically for this, so it's not associated with us, and there are reasons why. Just the fact that I have a 10-year-old girl here to protect is one reason. But there's another that we intend to get to today, because we've actually pre-thought this one. Right. But we're coming up with some names for it, and as soon as I pick a name, we'll get an email, get a YouTube, and get its own Facebook with that email, and a Twitter, right. So people can Twitter us
different things,
and
say if they like a video or not.
Yeah. Eventually, I'm also going to get a Patreon, so, in case people like these and want to see the technology other than, crappy cell phone videos get better, we're going to need some help. We're poor.
Yes. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Now, the house that I have on this property it's unlivable. There's termites, black mold, all manner of electrical problems and all manner of water problems, which I had to completely cut everything. The septic, I had to completely.
Shot in it.
Yeah, we had to cut the septic in for this thing, because everybody always wonders, and I know this is a common question, but where do you poop?
Yeah.
Well, we do it in the toilet. We do it in the toilet, but what most folks don't realize is you can use toilet paper, but you can't flush it. As long as you've bought it before they announce a major coronavirus scare.
Yeah. There was no toilet paper anywhere.
I don't understand that.
I don't know either.
I mean, okay. Just in my mind, I'm sitting there, and they start scaring me with this virus that, as it's turned out so far, is
Crap.
barely worse than a flu, and only attacks old people and people with
Yeah, it's,
conditions and compromising
that's what it is right
immune
there.
system. Yes, I know.
That's a Lee thing. Y'all meet him later.
You'll meet Lee later. But when confronted with that, the first thing I worry about is not a clean booty. It is not a chocolate sphincter. The first thing I worry about is food and water.
Right.
I mean, we made a conscious decision to become preppers. We're brand new. We don't know what we're doing. That's why we're watching videos and stuff.
We watch videos all day long, half the night.
And part of that journey is what this channel is about as we learn. But we come up with we were looking at some names today. I've got, we want it to be humorous, but we also want to reflect our personalities.
But we want to be real.
We
We
so,
don't want.
I've got a list, and if anybody does actually watch this, I encourage you to leave a comment and also like and subscribe. But the first one,
no drama neither.
No drama. I'll block you.
Yeah.
But the first one is Imperfect Circle.
Yeah.
That one was pretty cool.
Yep.
The revelation of normal people, like what we're saying is important, right?
Right.
Yeah. The third one I actually kind of like is Our Side of Upside Down. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like to play on words, so and because we at least we're going when I rebuild the pontoon boat, we're gonna call it Redneck Yacht Club.
Yeah.
So because I like playing on words, so this fourth one is Inbred Outlook.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. And she come up.
That's what they'll call us.
Inbred Outlook. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still hanging toward that one.
Yeah.
But the one she came up with this morning was Ready, Set, Stop.
No, Ready, Set, Not.
Or Ready, Set, Not. No, you said On Your Mark, Get Set, Not.
Oh.
And then one of them was Cracked Eggs. I don't know where that came from, but it was pretty cool. And then the last one we got so far is One Eye Open. We got One Eye Open.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have. It's gonna come down to that.
Yeah, but
be sleeping with
we're
one eye
like
open.
we're gonna come up with a channel, and we might come up with a totally better name than that.
Right.
But that's what we're looking at thus far.
Right.
Anyway, like I said, I prepared. I even went and wrote down some news stories.
A little bit of news.
A little bit of news. What's going on in the world? It is. Things are getting weird.
Yes, they are.
I mean, there's rioting going on in Germany, France, Italy. And I don't think it's actual riots. I think they're more violent protests. But they're making a lot of noise.
Yeah. When was the last time they protested in the United States?
Ferguson was the last. And we live close enough to Ferguson. I felt that.
Yeah.
I had to work through it. That was not
he
fun.
He had to drive through it out and back every day.
Yeah. Not fun.
Right by Ferguson.
Yeah. Because I'd come in on 70 coming into St. Louis. I'd go 370 to 270, and then in Ferguson's on 270, and then when you get back into Illinois here, you get back on 70.
Right. Back
But
to the news.
But all this lockdowns, it's been causing it's been causing a lot of grief. But right now they're saying, and I got this from Zero Hedge, is one of my news websites. It says that they're in the United Kingdom, which is Brits. There is 10,000 extra deaths that are caused not from COVID, but by the shutdown. And in Italy, the two numbers I picked out, and Italy was 11.6 thousand. And most of those are chemo. When they shut everything down, people not getting their chemotherapy, people tuberculosis, uh,
Dialysis.
things like that. And, well, I mean, you'd think Brits could figure that out, considering they have, considering they have single payer healthcare system, but that will be circled back around to.
Yeah, one day.
And then there was what was this? It was South Carolina. In South Carolina, some ding dong went into a Subway with a rocket launcher. I swear to God, there's a picture of him ordering a Subway sandwich with a rocket launcher slung over his back. The hell are you thinking?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
seriously.
Really, dude. Wow.
Well, they have a no permit carry law. I think it's South Carolina. I'm doing that from memory because I didn't write it down. But another really interesting one, Newswire magazine, which this came a link from Drudge to a Newswire magazine online, is the number of Americans renouncing their U.S. citizenship has risen by over 1,000% in the last month.
Wow.
What?
Bless you.
Pardon me. Now I'll take a couple seconds for my eyeballs to clear. And I was sitting there thinking, my first thought was, when I read that headline, was, with these stupid snowflakes. If you don't want to be American, then fine. Goodbye.
Right.
But the fun fact, that's not what it is.
Oh, really?
They're people.
I was
mostly
sick today.
Yeah, she was sick.
I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah. No, well, this was when I was on the computer, on the internet. Rich folks, especially, are running into a lot of tax problems right now because they went somewhere and they stay here and they go here and they go there, and then when all the travel bans hit, they got parked. And a lot of them are not repatriated, or they have facilities to stay at over there, and friends to stay with or whatever. But that's not the problem. The problem is, after so many days, you become tax residents. That means they would be liable for tax there and tax here.
Oh, so it's double whammy.
They got, double whammy, because they're not allowed to come back here for the minimum amount of days over a 3-month. I think it's so many days in a 3-month period or something. I could have wrote that down, but I was in a hurry. So they decided, well, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to get taxed here, and considering the state of America, and because rich people know what's going on.
Right.
They know long before we do. They've all got private islands.
Yeah.
So they said, well, screw it. I'll
become a citizen
over there. And so they and oddly enough, I would think there'd be a lot of stuff you got to go through, but really all you got to do is take I don't remember if it was $1,000 or $7,000 into the U.S. Embassy and sign a paper, and you're no longer an American. You don't have to come here. You don't have to swear anything off or nothing. You just walk in, pay some money, sign a paper, and you're not American no more.
Wow.
Crazy. And the rich folk travel freeze because of their dual tax residencies. I got that from MSN Money. So I'm actually gonna quote the source, like I said, it is getting bad. But the new one, and this is the one that concerns us. This is the one that really should concern us a whole heap and bundle, is Brazil. They're talking about a resurgence and having a resurgence of military control and having a coup d'état.
What is
and there's
that?
Coup d'état.
Coup d'état. What's that?
Where people get together and throw out the old folks and install somebody new.
Okay.
Non-democratically change their government. They're going from an elected system like we got, they're going to put the military back in charge because people are over there starving. They're starving and rioting and suffering, and apparently it's pretty damn bad.
We'll be here pretty soon.
Yeah, well, but we'll get there. Well, actually, they actually haven't been a democracy for. They switched from being a military-controlled government in 1985. I had to go look that up too, and the other thing they ignored. They didn't lock down. They ignored the World Health Order and all they didn't do COVID lockdowns, and they just got hammered.
Wow.
Thousands and thousands more dead than we do. But you know what? So did Sweden, and they're doing just fine. So I'm on the fence about the shutdowns, whether or not whether or not the cure is worse than the disease with these shutdowns.
Right.
But the one other, and I got this from Drudge to a place called, it was a website called Greenwich. It's Greenwich something, and it was a link straight off of Drudge. But 2 of the 6 major companies that cut our meat, the meat packing factories that are all closed, 2 of the 6 major big ones are owned by Brazil. Are
Wow.
Brazilian.
Wow.
And there was a story,
So not a canned meat?
No,
Oh,
not
fresh meat?
canned meat. They grow the cows, they butcher them and freeze them and ship them
Oh, okay.
in a
Fresh.
package.
Supposed to be fresh meat.
Either bulk or, whatever. And because they're already meat, and then they mix, and that's what everybody was so upset about the cool thing, country of origin labels, because these two of the 6 we got, which it's not Tyson and the other, it's not the, or IBP or something like that. It's but there's 2 of them, and China owns Smithfield. China owns Smithfield. Well, how much of our meat processing do we actually own still?
Don't sound like very much.
Canned meat, folks. That's why we're thinking hard about being preppers.
Yes.
We made the conscious decision about a week ago. We
Yep.
started collecting foods that would be last on the shelf, and cutting out the snacks and the crap we didn't need to start our stores. Which is why we're not going to give our name and location. Sorry, if you're not prepping, you're going hungry. We're not sharing. There's only 4 of us.
Yep.
So, yeah. But, and
Hey, but any videos that you can send or any information that could help us doing in this, learning how to prep, what to get,
absolutely.
anything that will help us, because
Yeah.
like I said, we're new and we need lots of
Yeah,
help.
but Brazil's set. They're already in the streets with bullhorns talking this up. Brazil's military is going to take over the
Does Brazil
government.
do a lot of the corned beef?
No, but see,
Or
what I was saying with all of the American ranchers, because hands down, we've got the best, safest, most healthy meat on the planet. You're not going to get hoof to mouth. You're not going to get
not E. coli, but
yeah, that one, the one that freaked out England so bad.
yeah. I can't think of the name.
I can't either, and I didn't write it down.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but and all these American, they're selling their beef to the 6 houses. Well, anything they sell to these 2 houses, they're shipping in their frozen meat from Brazil, and mixing it into the supply, and everybody thinks it's American meat, and it's not. And the one company was 2 brothers went to jail for shipping rotten, and they literally went to prison for shipping rotten meat all around the world.
Wow.
So, America doesn't control all of its dang meat. And another fun fact, there's little slaughterhouses all over the place that are state controlled and not FDA approved. They don't got the FDA label. No, not FDA. It's not FDIC.
Yeah.
That's our other problem.
Food Department.
Food Drug
FDA, Food and Drug Administration.
Well, yeah,
FDA.
It's a stamp.
ASDA?
USDA.
USDA.
USDA. Right.
USDA, yeah.
USDA. Everything that shows up in the big box stores and grocery stores is USDA. There's a whole slew of people that deal with the little ranchers that only have a few sheep, yeah, we eat sheep, a few cows at a time. They sell their meats locally. So if there's no meat at your local Wally World, by gum, get on the internet and look for the state regulated meat cutting houses, and I bet you can find meat there.
Paris in Hillsboro.
Yeah, in Hillsboro.
Yep, Paris.
is one of them.
Paris Foods.
But there's a bunch. Well, that's for anybody. That's for anybody in the middle of Illinois. But but if you can't find it at Walmart and you really you're really hard up to get meat into your freezer, and if you don't own a spare freezer, you got a problem.
I heard that some
look up state regulated and not USDA.
Yeah, and I also heard that they also take link card.
Well, that's going to be helpful for people that ain't got money.
Yeah, that gives.
Shush. Oh. Okay, let's see. I got a few things here. Oh, ship workers. Remember I was telling you about the ship workers that went on the hunger strike? Well, I got on. There's on the Financial Post website. There are 90,000 people, foreigners, that are stuck on ships on our shores that can't be repatriated because of all the red tape. They've been there for 2 months, and there was one group wanting to go back to Europe, and they went on a hunger strike. They eventually did get repatriated, or at least because they made a deal out of it. But now, apparently, according to the Financial Post, which was a link from Drudge, they're starting to commit suicide.
Oh wow!
Because they can't get home. It's crazy what's going on right now.
Crazy.
And this is the first time that I've ever heard things like this. Is the first time. Well, this is the first time I've ever been grounded to my camper for 2 months at a time by our governor.
Right.
It's the first time that the Congress decided to bail us out along with Wall Street.
Right.
Never in my life have I seen the government write everybody $1,200 that I didn't get yet. Check your database, buttholes. I still ain't got my COVID welfare money.
I got mine.
Ticks me off.
But I didn't get mine for the kids.
There's another one coming down the pipe, but I'm going to get that in a minute because I've only got 2 more stories on here. Yeah, I've only got 2 more stories that I thought was important. Brazil's doing that. Greece has already had their financial meltdown, and they're all they did that a while ago. And then I said was explaining the other day that last September the overnight bank rates was just phenomenally high. It was insane.
A lot of people out there think it's all because of COVID.
Well, that's what it's intended.
Yeah.
And of course, our fearless leader got on Twitter, as he's prone to do, and wrote one word: Obamagate. I'm thinking, well, I actually thought it was I thought it was kind of bizarre that an outgoing president would set up shop right down the street so he could keep his ties together to screw with the guy that won because he was an opposition party. I thought that. Apparently, a lot of this stuff that started the General Flynn and all that in the first place, where that got tipped off, was because of they were using bogus information to get FISA warrants to spy. And what tipped them off to that was that there was a thing that where there had been unauthorized NSA searches about the information.
It's just a dog snoring. It's okay.
Yeah. Yes, our dog snores. But I mean, and then that one I was like, okay, so NSA searches, because see, I remember when all that NSA stuff dropped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when and the Prism and the other gathering techniques that the NSA is doing, but I was sitting there going, somebody went in and did illegal searches on Americans. Why is that information still there?
Right.
I'm drawing a blank, but who was the guy that let all that information go? The one, he's stuck in Russia now.
Yeah. Well, Snowden.
Yeah, Edward Snowden brought all this to our attention. Apparently, it still ain't fixed. And now they're coming up with, and they use that to trump up all the lies against Flynn, which you destroyed him. He had to sell his house. He's ruined. Even though he ain't going to prison, he's ruined. And the Democrats are still at it. And I'm not saying that I'm necessarily pro-Republican. I'm actually starting to change my thinking a little. But now they're wanting to put COVID trace and track apps on our phones. As if they're not already using them and recording them when we don't even have them
Listening to
on.
us.
Yeah. Well, you can listen to this one. I'm putting it on. No.
We're here.
So with all this coming down the pipe, and I mean, this is a shotgun wedding with disaster. It's coming, folks. We
Yes.
decided to be preppers. We've been
Yes.
watching prepping videos all day and writing down little tips and tricks and stuff.
Yes. If you got any, hey, send
So
us.
far, you want to read off the list of the stuff that we figured that we and a lot of this is stuff I wouldn't have even thought about yet.
Right.
Because we're just started in this. We're new at this.
Yes.
So yeah.
No fresh foods.
Yeah.
Water and salt.
Water and salt's important,
Yes.
especially the iodine when all the missiles go
And
off.
and you have to do this according to your income.
Yeah.
You know what you can afford and not. But bare essentials would be canned goods, canned meat,
Canned meat, canned
canned
goods,
goods. Any kind of canned goods last for a long time.
and also dry
Okay.
goods.
Yes, dry goods, beans, rice,
One I wouldn't have thought of until one of the prepper guys I watched said mashed potatoes.
instant mashed potatoes,
Because I love mashed potatoes.
ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles are not actually. They'll fill your stomach,
Fill
but
your
there's
stomach, but there's no nutrition to it.
Yeah, but don't you think you ought to have a big bottle of one-a-days if you're not going to be getting the full amount of nutrition and
Right.
vitamins you need? Have one-a-day vitamins.
Yep.
Couple months worth.
Yep.
And that's what I think. We've got a while before it hits the fan. A month to 1 to 6 months. We've got till it hits the fan.
Right.
And it's a crap hits the fan light, because they've got coronavirus to blame this on.
And if you don't have a stove, buy you a grill or two.
A grill.
That way you will have something to cook on.
Well, anybody can walk into a Walmart and buy a bottle of propane, like that you would put into a propane grill.
You don't know how bad it gets.
I got one of them a long time ago. When I was putting camping, and this was for camping. It's a little 2-burner camping stove. Just a simple, cheap little molded steel.
Yeah, Lee has one.
And I think I paid like $20-25, and I took it camping with me a whole bunch of times, and cooked hot dogs at camping.
Fishing
Yeah.
poles, fishing
But
line,
It was made for a bottle of It was made for a propane bottle, camper-sized propane bottle, and it came with its own regulator, and you could cook off of that one bottle.
Yeah.
For weeks.
You can take the soda
A
with
month.
you, but they don't last long.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. I mean, because you was taking the
Peanut
note.
butter
Peanut butter.
and Pop-Tarts.
And Pop-Tart. Well, the government puts Pop-Tarts in its MREs, and peanut
Right,
butter.
right.
The guy said at least 15, 20 cans of it.
Cans,
He
'cause
said
that's a lot of protein.
and you can barter it. You're gonna need to barter.
Yep.
You better learn how to barter and negotiate.
Instant coffee.
That's my idea because I don't think I want to waste.
Uh,
I don't want to waste any more than it takes to warm water, instead of sitting there.
The canned meats, chili, spam, tuna, roast beef,
Yeah.
corned beef hash,
Yeah. Oh.
vegetables.
But the thing to think about, and this is what I learned today when it comes to picking your prep foods. The oils are what makes them rancid. How much and what kinds of oils that are in them is what makes the food.
No ranch. Use Italian dressing.
Stay away from dairies because they don't last well because of the enzymes. But the oils that are in the foods is what makes them rancid.
Right.
Did not know that.
Okay. Dried meats.
Yeah, jerky.
Yeah, or dried fruit.
I
Nuts.
I haven't had jerky since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Let that settle on you.
Okay. And into the next one. Nuts. Almonds.
Not a big fan. Not a big fan.
Nuts. Plus, nuts is a good source of protein.
Yeah.
And sunflower, the kernels.
Yeah.
Not the seeds, but the kernels. They help your push out enzymes in your body that
take off my eyeballs.
Forgot what it was.
I didn't either. You had the pen.
Yeah.
We're so poor we only got one pen. Kidding.
Kidding.
Kidding. But yeah.
They help get bugs out of your blood system. Sunflower nuts do.
Oh, sunflower nuts help filter blood, huh?
Yeah.
Kidneys and liver, or enzyme. I don't know.
Foreign antibodies.
Well, that's the point. I mean, we're just starting to learn this stuff. What to have, what can keep for a long time, and what to pick and what not to pick.
And if you don't or you can't,
fishing supplies are just
have guns. Hey, go get your BB guns, bow and arrows.
Yeah, bow and arrow. That's the one. Bow and arrows would be great.
Yeah,
you know, and practice with them.
Yes.
Go get you a good compound bow. And get one of them wrist things with a trigger for it. And you just clip it to the wire, clip your arrow on, pull it back, sit in your hold, click. Silent but deadly. Work just fine for hunting.
Mom. But now then you think of winter.
Yeah,
because you got your different seasons. You're gonna need blankets, sleeping bags.
You got to be prepared.
Heaters.
Yeah, and that's other things I didn't think. You got to be prepared. Feminine products.
Yes.
Vitamins, medicines.
Yes. Try to
food.
hoard your medicine.
How are you going? If it hits the fan, because when the power goes out, the water pressure goes away, and so does the natural gas pressure. How are you going to clean your water? How are you going to do it?
Make sure you have plenty of water.
Or a means to clean it,
right.
Because really you're not going to sit out there with a spoon and a steak knife chopping down trees that won't burn because they're wet to boil water.
Right.
It's going to turn bad, and you need to. I hope we don't need this stuff.
I hope not either.
But if we do,
we're prepared.
If you start trying to gather it at the exact time you need it,
looks nice.
You're screwed.
Very nice.
Because when it hits the fan, the grocery store is at the grocery store, the bank, and the gas station are the three places I do not want to have to go.
Right, I want to be prepared.
I want to sit back and watch the fun while they're at the store stealing and looting and getting stupid and rioting and fighting and beating each other up and all that. We're gonna be putting blackout cloth over the windows.
Yep, you're gonna not even know we're there.
What is black?
Blackout cloth.
Blackout. Like
It's what we do here so that the afternoon sun don't blind us
Watching the TV.
watching TV.
Right.
It blocks sun and you can't see through it. Yeah.
Or the
So
other
anyway,
Yeah. And if it gets real bad out there, just spray paint the inside of your windows black, and then scratch a little hole in it for you to see out, but they can't see in.
now I disagree with that.
Why is that?
I think you want blackout cloth over the back of your blinds. You want it to look like you bugged out and there's no food or nothing in there, or not you either.
Would you put
Right.
a hole in the
That way, because, and I mean logically it works like this: crap hits the fan, powers go out. 48 hours later, everybody figures out, oh no, it's not coming back, and
Ooh.
freaks out and goes and steals from all the stores and starts tearing stuff up and getting
Mommy.
stupid.
Right.
Then that's going to last for about 3-4 days. At 7 days, folks are going to be really hungry and bugging out. And at 14 days, the folks that aren't bright enough to survive will have failed in that endeavor. Then you've only got the folks who didn't plan enough, because they're going to be going house to house looking for more supplies to survive, but they're going to be in smaller groups and smaller bands, and that's easier to manage.
Right.
I think 30 days is a good minimum mark. I want to be at the 60-day mark for food, water, means to cook, medicine,
Yep.
And-
Everything, every supply, every essential.
and don't think you can't get medicines like
Stop.
like antibiotics and stuff. You can order them from veterinary places online.
Yeah.
You can even get this chloroquine, whatever. It's they put it out. They put it out. There's a couple people that have taken. They put out several different versions of it. One of the versions being. All right, hi. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Our daughter has
subscribe.
decided we're done. You have a nice day.
YouTube.
Bye.
subscribe.